Ah, smart water. Pure, crisp taste.
That's really good water.
It's the kind of water that says, I have my life together.
I do feel more sophisticated.
Smart water. For those with a taste for taste. Grab yours today.
Today on City Cast Pittsburgh, we all know that the U.S. gets repped with red, white, and blue, plus those swooping bald eagles. But how well do you know Pennsylvania's own symbols? Over the years, we have adopted all sorts of plants, animals, and even a drink to represent our Commonwealth. And I'm quizzing the City Cast Pittsburgh team on them all and challenging you to play along. It's Wednesday, July 2nd. I'm Sophia Lo, and here's what Pittsburgh's talking about. I'm with CityCast Megan Harris, Mallory Falk, and one of our amazing contributors, Kevin Gavin. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Wonderful to be here.
I am so excited for today. I will be testing you on the symbols of the great state of Pennsylvania. We're talking about animals, plants, and more. And before we get started, in true game show fashion, I would love all of you to introduce yourself, share any Pennsylvania qualifications, intimidate your competition. We'll go down the line. Kevin, we can start with you.
Oh, well, I am a native of Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. My qualifications, I guess Megan would tell you this. My head is filled with useless information.
You need to go on Jeopardy.
Well, this can be your starting point.
Ooh.
This will be your submission tape.
But this would be the highlight of that career.
Well, I'm glad you think so. We'll revisit this at the end. I'll follow up. Megan, what about you? How are you feeling about this?
I am the obnoxious friend at every party who knows a fun fact for basically any conversation because I had to move here and immediately learn everything to be a competent reporter.
I feel that.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. But I actually think I'm going to do terrible at this.
Okay. Last but not least, Mallory, what about you? How are you feeling?
Not great.
Oh, no.
So I am from Pennsylvania, born and bred, which should give me some points. But I'm also the member of the trivia team who always is just there for company and to grab the beers and never actually contributes any knowledge.
Any beers this
You're the
time.
one running the scorecard
The scorecard up. Yeah. Well, not even that because I'm not very fast. So I can't even bring that to the team.
Okay. Well, underdog, I'll root for you.
Thanks, Sophia.
Am I allowed to say that if I'm running this?
No, I think it's totally fair.
You know what? My game, my rules. And let's go over them. So I'll ask a question. If you know the answer, raise your hand. I'll call on you. You'll get 2 points if you can get a state symbol without any help from me. But if no one raises their hand, I'll do multiple choice, 4 options. And then if you can guess correctly from there, you'll get 1 point. Any questions?
No, I'm excited.
Ready.
And if you're listening, please play along with us and send us your score. We're at Pittsburgh at citycast.fm.
And don't cheat.
You know what? I can't see you. Do whatever you want. Okay, rolling into our first question. What is our state bird? Ooh, Kevin and Megan, both of you are fast. I think I'm going to give it to Kevin, though.
I believe it's the ruffed grouse.
Ding, ding, ding.
That was it. You picked Kevin. That was the one question I knew the answer to. I'm out for the rest of this game.
Sorry. But yes, the ruffed grouse has been the state bird since 1931. It was a food source, and when I was digging around for fun facts, I learned that this bird is called the king of game birds. People say it tastes like chicken. I think that's wildly unhelpful. But some people have gone into a little more detailed and call it tangier or sweeter or funkier chicken.
Like any other game bird. Sure.
Exactly.
Is it still the same bird? So is the bird 93 years old or something? You said 31?
I don't think it's the exact same bird. I don't think this is a Punxsutawney Phil situation.
Now you're just showing off your math skills, and I don't appreciate it.
Okay. Next question. What is Pennsylvania's state dog?
I didn't even know state dog was a category of state symbol.
I'm not surprised it exists. I don't know what it is.
Do we get penalized if we guess wrong?
You know what? I didn't think of that. No. But you only get one guess. So you can't keep guessing. But yes, feel free.
Great Dane.
That's correct.
I wouldn't have guessed it anyway.
Why'd you guess Great Dane? Now I want to know.
I like them. They're big. That's it.
Okay, well, they
Personal
were
preference?
useful hunting dogs. I bet they could help catch a rough grouse. And William Penn had a Great Dane. But nowadays, we have another beloved breed in the state. So Forbes Advisor did a poll about each state's favorite dogs of 2024. They asked 10,000 dog owners about this as part of their research.
10,000 nationwide or in Pennsylvania?
I believe this was nationwide.
Okay,
I'm
that
not
makes more
sure.
sense.
But in Pennsylvania, Bernese Mountain Dog topped the list. That was one of my trick answers, but Kevin got it unprompted. I'm very...
I'm telling you, this
very
is how this
scared.
whole game is going to go.
I think we can call the game now. Episode over. Cue the outro music.
Okay, well, another animal question, and then we get a break from them. So this is kind of like a bigger, broader category. What is our state animal? Kevin raised his hand first, but he's pointing
go
at
on,
Mallory,
Kevin.
so I'll give it to Mallory.
I kind of raised my hand just because I want to.
Kevin feels bad taking all of the answers.
I don't know why. Like, this is based on nothing, but the first thing that came to mind was a brown bear.
Vibes. Mallory's going on vibes.
Okay, not a brown bear. I'm sorry, Kevin.
White-tailed deer.
Correct. I would have taken just deer. But here's where the first bonus question comes in. I am learning that Pennsylvania is not that unique or special in its taste. We're not the only state with deer as our symbol. So how many other states have the white-tailed deer as their state animal?
I mean, I have an idea about the range, but I don't know.
Remember,
the exact
if no one
number.
answers, I will give you multiple choice. I think it's time to head to the multiple
Yeah.
choice. Your options are 3 states, 7 states, 10 states, or 11 states.
11 states.
3.
7.
Hand raise, please, next time. But Megan, since you got it first, you did get it right. It is 11.
Look, we all guessed something different. It's fine.
So moving away from animals and onto plants, what is the state tree? Wow, Kevin's taking a second. This is your time to swoop. Mallory, Megan?
I tried to swoop with brown bear, and that got me nowhere, so I'm sitting this one out.
I'm embarrassed, but I don't actually know the answer. I can guess a random tree species. Is
Well,
that better than a multiple choice?
I will go on to multiple choice because you can actually get a point for that. So your options are eastern hemlock, shagbark hickory, red maple, or tulip poplar. Megan.
I think it's A, the eastern hemlock.
Correct. Another point.
No pity claps.
So I learned lots about the eastern hemlock from the PA Department of Conservation and Natural Resources website. I'm curious if any of y'all know how the eastern hemlock tree was used.
As firewood?
I mean, probably.
To build cabins?
Yes. It was used to make cabins and also made its way into tanneries as raw material, but overuse meant the tree wasn't as common as it used to be. So part of the reason for making it the state tree was for conservation purposes.
Interesting.
Do I
Yeah.
get like a half point there?
I can give you a half point.
Thank you. Just so I'm on the board.
Sophia makes up the rules. It's fine.
I do make up the rules. Our next question is about flowers. Does anyone know our state flower? Kevin.
Mountain laurel.
Yup. If I see you raise your hand that confidently, Kevin, I'm just going to go ahead and assume that you know. These flowers are really gorgeous. They're a nice white and light pink.
They look like a magnolia.
Yeah, they do. So like the name suggests, you can find them in the mountains a little past their season because it usually blooms around May and June. There's a myth that's gone around that there are rules about picking or cultivating them. And there actually aren't. I mean, you do need permission to like pick flowers from someone's land or something, but you could also grow them if you're in the right climate. But back to animals, no more fuzzy ones. It is time for Pennsylvania state fish. Yes, Kevin? You raised your hand so sadly.
You don't
I'm
have to be
sorry.
so sad about it.
Okay. I'm confident it's the brook trout.
Yup, it is the brook trout.
Okay, that feels like cheating. You just wrote an article for Hey Pittsburgh about that.
You two edited it.
However,
I don't know why you had to shame us like that.
Because you gave me the mic. So now I'm feeling overconfident and arrogant.
This is the worst I've felt in 2 years of working at this job.
Mallory, I'm very glad that I'm running this. I would be certainly doing worse than you right now.
Worse than the half pity point.
I don't think I would have even attempted any question, to be honest.
oh, come on. Trout season. Everybody looks forward to it.
Everybody?
Don't you?
No, I've never been fishing.
Did you ever walk through this, drive by these streams in the first weekend of April? Oh, there are people out there in those streams.
I thought you were going to say it smelled like that.
Now, well, I don't know if the people smell, but
But back to the trout. Sophia,
Yes,
fun
back to the
fact?
trout. Brook trout are the only type of trout fish that are native to Pennsylvania. So they're hanging out in the rivers and the streams where Kevin is seeing them, smelling them.
I'm not fishing for them.
Okay. Well, catching bugs may be a little harder than catching fish. Does anyone know the state bug?
Nope.
Kevin,
Sure don't.
That's a little wave. I'll call on you.
Firefly.
Yes, the firefly would have also accepted lightning bug. It's actually a very cute story for how we got fireflies as our state bug. It's all thanks to elementary school students in Upper Darby. They learned about like state symbols and realized we didn't have a state bug, so they campaigned really hard for this. They reached out to lawmakers. They even made bumper stickers. They picked the firefly because there's actually a firefly species that's named after PA. It's called Photorus pennsylvanica. I'm not good at Latin. And fireflies were officially recognized as the state insect in 1974.
Wow. I mean, it's the only good insect, so I'm pleased to learn that we have at least something going for us.
I mean, I kind of feel.
Butterflies. I feel like there's other good insects.
There you go.
I'm sorry, Mallory. I didn't mean to bring you down more.
I mean, it's better than the lanternfly, which I knew was not the right answer, but would be funny.
It would be funny. I think a lot of states could also claim that, kind of similar to the deer situation.
I mean, lightning bugs are everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. But they're not named after all the states. We've got a Pennsylvania firefly.
We're also one of the oldest states with a lot of research centers. So, you know, sort of skews in that direction then.
Okay, fine.
Today's show is supported by the Frick Museum and Gardens and their new exhibition, Catching Sunbeams from the Porch Swing of Wisteria Castle. The exhibition is free and open to all, and the artwork is so romantic and whimsical. You get the chance to explore these abstract sculptures made of mesh and wire, and they dangle from the windows and ceilings of the greenhouse, surrounded by, of course, all these lush plants. I just love Frick's greenhouse. It is literally where I got family photos taken. The Great Lawn is where my child took his first steps in grass. I cannot wait to go back and check out these sculptures, and they're actually from a Pittsburgh-based artist, Atticus Adams. He said he was inspired by time with family, with his grandmother sitting on her porch swing surrounded by wisteria vines. Check it out, and don't sleep on the historic mansion and all their new tours. Visit the Frick this summer to see this magical exhibition.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
So our next question is about the state amphibian, which is an animal we've actually talked about on the show before. What is it? Megan.
It's the hellbender.
Correct.
Oh.
Only because it has so many weird names.
That's why there's so many Hellbender products.
Yeah.
Ah.
Did you not know that?
No. I'm sure I edited it in Hey Pittsburgh.
Now this, Megan, is not pity applause.
Thank you. Thank you. I accept your applause.
So, like you mentioned, Megan, the Hellbender has a couple of nicknames, Mud Devil, Devil Dog, and this is the more recent addition to our state animals. So, another bonus question, does anyone know what year we added the Eastern Hellbender to our roster of state symbols? Fun fact and bonus question combined. Mallory.
Again, going on vibes, 1999.
No, I'm sorry.
I think it was fairly recently.
It was more recent than that.
Yeah, like 2016-ish.
No, I'm sorry. Last guess goes to you, Kevin.
2013.
No, 2019. Really recent.
Yeah, okay.
Well, moving on to the last section, food and drink, my personal favorite. So we do not have an official state fruit here in Pennsylvania, but there's been a proposal for one, and this bill did make it to state legislature. Mallory, you're not even letting me finish. You raised your hand.
Mallory is so excited that
I'm giving it to you.
There's only one thing it could be, and now I'm going to be very put to shame when it's not this.
Mallory?
The pawpaw?
No. I'm very sorry. Would anyone else like to guess?
I would like for you to finish your question, and then I might.
I was just going to go with, does anyone know what that fruit is?
I felt so certain.
I mean, I think that was a good guess for a proposal. Kevin, do you know?
I mean, when our abbreviation for our state is PA, P-A, why not Paw?
Okay, that's some decent advocacy work, Kevin. Do you actually know the answer, though?
I do not.
I don't either.
Okay, well, I could read the multiple choice questions. I'll put you back in for this one, Mallory. My first one was the paw to throw people off, but I guess we know that's not it. So your other options are blueberry, apple, or the red mulberry.
Oh, okay.
Well, now's the part someone raises their hand.
Oh, sure. I mean, I feel Kevin had a response so aggressive that I thought he had to know the answer. So,
Well, I'll probably miss this, but I'm going to say apple because we grow so many apples.
well, it's not really a hand. I wasn't raising it to. I was just agreeing with him because we have the history with Johnny Appleseed.
I'm going to say red mulberry just because it's so hyper-specific that I feel like that must be the answer.
It's apple. It's actually very generic. Mallory, you're so upset. I'm so sorry.
I'm so bad at this.
Does Megan and I, do we split it? Because she added some, she added context.
you made the noise first.
Yeah,
and
I know. I cede this one to you, Kevin.
Why, thank you. I accepted graciously.
And that is why the apple was proposed, because we produce so many. Every single county actually grows apples in Pennsylvania, and the world's largest apple processor is in Adams County. Red mulberry is one of our native fruits, so I threw it there to try to throw people off. Specificity had nothing to do with it.
Myself.
No,
I'm sorry.
I feel like there's like some test pedagogy like happening here with Sophia, and I appreciate how it's working on Mallory.
Well, there's one more official question. We're ending the show with little bevies. Sorry, Mallory, to upset you more. I know you do not like that word. But do any of you know what the state drink is?
I do not.
Kevin.
I know what it should be.
Okay, what should
This is not my answer. It should be rye whiskey because of the Whiskey Rebellion. But,
Okay, I don't think you get to claim that one.
Okay, but I think it's milk.
Mallory, also, you have your hand raised.
I mean, why not? Again, vibes. Birch beer?
It's milk. Mallory, I thought you were going to get this one. When we were talking about like a proposal for a steak cookie, you came across this and you said that this is a terrible state drink. And in my head, I was like, you're going to get it.
So this was written specifically for me so I could have 1 point on the board.
No, this also
Rise to that
upset me
occasion.
because I hate milk.
Milk and apples, that's just so boring.
I know, and white-tailed deer, none of it's that fun.
Do you like my rye whiskey suggestion better?
I do.
That's actually my bonus question. You can pander to me because y'all know what I like. What should our actual state drink be? This is a question I am giving out purely based on vibes. Or if you can make a compelling reason. So I guess caucus for your state drink proposal.
Can it be a cocktail?
Yeah. Why
So kind of bouncing off Kevin's idea, I'm going to say a whiskey sour because Whiskey Rebellion, and there was a lot of sourness in that time. People were sour about how they were being treated.
Good reasoning.
I have a twofer. They are both alcoholic. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. No rules.
I think Icy Mango deserves a place of honor in our state, but also maybe Yingling because they were literally the first brewery in America. So I think that's some cool bona fides.
I don't have the creativity of those two.
Do you want to stick with rye whiskey?
I love iced tea. How about Turner's iced tea?
That'd be a really good Pittsburgh state drink. Well, Pittsburgh city drink.
I think we all chose some pretty
you all
Pittsburgh
chose
Homer
some
stuff.
pretty
The
Pittsburgh
City Cast
stuff.
Philly crew might take umbrage with our choices.
I mean, we're throwing Eastern PA a bone with Yingling.
That's true. They get 1 out of 4.
Yeah. But Kevin, I appreciate you coming in with the non-alcoholic version to make it a little more, child-friendly, more accessible to all Pennsylvanians.
I mean, the real answer is milk, so I think the kids are covered.
Mallory, you do get that bonus point because a mixed drink. I don't like beer. I was saying this will be vibes and you can pander to me. So,
Oh, that's true.
yeah.
We knew this was rigged from the start because Sophia was favoring me, but thank you for that. I choose to believe that's a genuine point that I earned.
And for you, Mallory, from both Megan and I, for that.
Oh, thank you.
Well, that's all I have for you. Thanks for playing. Give me a second to tally up the points. I'll crown the winner. I mean, Kevin won by a large margin.
I know, but at least put us out of our misery.
Okay. Okay, the numbers are in. Megan, 6 points. Mallory, 1.5 points. Kevin, 15 points. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Kevin.
Way to go, Kevin.
I guess I just proved what I said at the beginning.
So are you ready to go on Jeopardy?
Nope. My head is filled with useless information.
But useless Homer information.
True.
Well, you can brag about winning the game for City Cast. Yay!
Well, this will be the highlight of my quiz career.
Until you go on Jeopardy. Now I'll start pressuring you.
Yep.
For everyone who played along with us, again, we'd love to hear your scores. You can send us an email at pittsburgh@citycast.fm. Let us know how you did. Let us know if you beat us. Let us know if you got a perfect score. That's all for today here on City Cast Pittsburgh. Our music is by Benji, All the Kimonos, Carl Christensen, and Howard Harper Barnes, with additional music from epidemicsound.com. Mallory Falk is our executive producer, Selena C.A. Reynolds, Noah Snyderman, and I produced the show this week. Francesca DeBecco and Natalia Aldana wrote our newsletter. Kevin Gavin is our trivia master, and our usual host is Megan Harris. We'll be back tomorrow morning with a special All Hosts episode featuring summer fun from all over the country. See you next time. Oh boy. I sure hope I did this math right and actually kept track of all the points people actually got.